We all know that aging tends to show most in our skin. So how do we make our skin look younger? Who better to give us some tips than our favorite holistic plastic surgeon? Welcome back to the show, Dr. Tony.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me back.
Well, thanks for being back. So, Dr. Youn, when it comes to your female clients, what type of skin changes have you seen when they are going through the change, menopause?
Yeah, this can be really difficult for so many women when they go through these menopausal changes. I mean, you could get thinning hair, you get thinning of the skin, easy bruising, you even sometimes see age spots come out more often and wrinkling of the skin. So it can be very, very difficult.
Dr. Youn, I got to tell everybody at home to follow you on social media. You're one of my favorite people I follow on social media. Every time I stop, I'm like, oh, that's a Dr. Youn video. It's always like amazing. It's amazing. So thank you for that.
Well, thanks, John.
But let's get to talking about age spots, because I'm starting to get some. I have some over here. I have makeup you can't really see. But is there anything you could do to get rid of those?
Yeah, there's some great things you can do. I mean, the first thing is you want to start with a good brightening cream. And look for a brightening cream that contains kojic acid or niacinamide. Ideally, if you want to make that work faster, you can add an alpha hydroxy acid, like an exfoliator on top of it, or even an exfoliating scrub. But the most important thing is preventing age spots by using a good sunscreen, ideally an SPF 30 or more.
Yeah, good to prevention.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I already got them, so I got to scrub them.
Well, you don't want to get more, so layer up that sunscreen.
I use the spoof. that was a joke from an old person who worked there.
Okay, so is a facelift the only cure for sagging skin on your face and neck, or is there something more holistic we can do?
So definitely there are things you can do. And one thing that people forget is that there are treatments you can do, just creams at night, that can really help to improve the collagen of your skin. The collagen of our skin gets thinner, especially after menopause. So usually I recommend is using a good retinol cream. This is one actually from my line, Youn Beauty. But most good skincare companies have a version of retinol that you can apply every other night to every night to help with that skin. And it's not going to be the same as an actual lift, but it can definitely help with the collagen and overall tightening.
Good to know.
All right, well, I am going to get some Youn Beauty, for real. Like, you look great, so I just want to get half of how you look.
He is glowing, isn't he?
I know. I need to get my Youn Beauty. But I have to ask you this, because we talk about skin on our face. We never talk about the skin on the top of our head. So how do we prevent thinning hair, which is something everybody's concerned with?
Yeah, you know, the great thing is there's so many things you can do. You don't have to have hair transplants. I recommend starting with a good nutritional supplement, one like Nutrafol, that's made specifically to help you with their hair. There are low-light laser therapy treatments, too. You can get actually caps that look like baseball caps or helmets that can actually use low-light lasers to help your hair to grow faster and thicker. And there are also topicals. You can do something like minoxidil, which we've all heard of, or actual topical rosemary oil. There's a study that showed that the benefits of topical rosemary oil is very similar to what you get with minoxidil, but with less irritation.
Wow, and you'll smell good too.
Yeah, I'm doing hair restoration treatments now, and it is amazing. So I agree.
And okay, tell them what you're doing.
I'm doing microneedling.
Yeah, microneedling is great. Basically, it's tiny little pokes in the skin to cause the skin to rejuvenate. You do have to be very careful, though. If you've got darker skin, you got to make sure that it's a more lighter treatment, because you could get post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Somebody like Jeff doesn't have to worry about it, but somebody like you, myself, Al, we do want to be careful with like more, inflammation type inducing treatments.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll note it, but we're doing good. Okay. Dr. Youn, you're one of the kings of TikTok. So what do you think of some countries banning or trying to ban the app?
So I think, you look at 150 million Americans, almost half the population is using TikTok, and they've already voted saying that we trust the app. Now, I do think we need some consumer protection out there. We do need data privacy out there. But TikTok isn't doing anything that all the other apps are doing as well, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or any of that thing. And you also got to consider there are 5 million businesses that use TikTok. And I don't know that if our politicians have thought about it. If you just shut this app down, how many people are going to be economically devastated by shutting an app like this down? So it's a lot more than I think what they know about. And I think it's really important for us to spread the word about the importance of really diving deep into this type of a subject.
Well, speaking of social media, Jeff brought it up. Your social media is incredible, and because you're so well known, I'm sure a lot of our viewers have seen some of your videos. How do you pick your videos?
Well, it depends. Like sometimes I do these reaction videos, and so people will tag me in the comments. Like if they see something like plastic surgery that's way out there, they'll tag me and I'll see it. Other times I just kind of think of, I'll be driving at night and come up with this crazy idea. And like, hey, let's create this. And sometimes it becomes a hit, sometimes it doesn't.
No, they're good. Usually it's the reaction videos because that's what I stop. I'm like, what is that? And then Dr. Youn's head pops up, and I'm like, oh man, you got me again.
That did just become the biggest diss ever online. Is if you just post a picture and somebody tags Dr. Youn under it. No, something's really bad. With this picture. So yes.
Exactly.
Maybe it's because you look so good, and they wonder what you have had done.
That's true.
There you go.
That's true when it pertains to us, of course. Thank you so much, Dr. Youn, for joining us as always. We appreciate you. DBL Nation, follow at Tony Youn MD on socials, including TikTok. Thank you, Dr. Youn. We'll be right back.
You're the
See
best,
you soon.
Doc.
Thanks.